one thing that we have talked about with many manufacturers is that in a lot of ways, one of the key barriers to improving their maintenance strategy is really the integration between, maintenance and operations and machine data. And a lot of times, people acquire if you have a CMMS system and you acquire this system, you acquired it at a different time from your ERP system. It's different from your production monitoring system. So it's kind of isolated in its own environment. And so the lack of integration prevents you from really driving data from the machine directly into your maintenance system. And there's a lot of limitations that this creates. It can create a lack of accountability and adherence, right? So there's really nothing driving your maintenance process that's tied to the machine. So sometimes PMs don't get done, they don't get scheduled. So there's that lack of accountability. There's also communication barriers when it comes to the response to an issue on a machine. So because maintenance is not tied to the machine specifically, there's no updates of status of maintenance issues. Are we waiting on parts? Is the response time lagging? So that lack of communication is sometimes a barrier as well. And then of course, integration. So there's a lot of duplication of data going from, the information from the machine that has the issue has to be rekeyed into the CMMS system, which then has to probably update the parts, which then has to be done in the ERP system. So there's a lot of duplication that goes on between these major systems. And the reality is, unfortunately, that there's a lot of roadblocks because these systems typically aren't looked at holistically.